YouTube people, we don't care about Tom Brady anymore. We are Kaboom crazy. The hobby, the sports card world, the sports card gambling, slot machine pullers have lost their collective minds for absolute football because of a little insert called Kaboom. Box prices just south of 700 bucks, about 650 to 700, give or take. They went up on Panini's website earlier this week, basically instantly sold out. Crazy, crazy times. And it's amazing how the power of I don't want to say a single card because this is a little different than the Brady, but like an insert line like this. Because honestly, Absolute is kind of a meh product. It's piles of sticker autos and fake patches. And it always felt to me like the cards from there, like even of players that I like to collect, even in other sports outside of football, but even in football, like when I used to look for like Baker Mayfield rookie autos and stuff, the absolute ones would always be dirt cheap. And they always felt like cheap in hand, in my opinion. They just did not feel like a premium card. But none of that matters if your product is carried by an amazing insert line, apparently, which Absolute Football is because it has Kabooms in it. And people just lose their minds chasing this stuff. We don't have a good sale on a CJ Stroud yet, which is obviously the chase of the product. Someone did throw one up on a 24-hour auction. It went for 15K, but it went straight to Shill City. I mean, look at all this nonsense that went on with this. The ending bid had legit feedback, but I'd be shocked if this gets paid for. There are some others currently listed on eBay, 2 running at auction at about 8.5K. There's a buy it now at 12K sitting. So you would assume that there is some sort of ceiling there. I didn't look at the bid history on the 8K ones. To me, that just seems kind of high. For context, I did look some of the highest selling football kabooms. A Josh Allen PSA 10 rookie kaboom just sold for, I think it was like 6 or 7K. So that's a PSA 10 Josh Allen sold for, I think it was like 6,500. To put that in perspective, it looks like Stroud's raw are going to go for 8 or 9,000. Like I said, we got 2 sitting there at 12 and 13K, and then a couple hanging out with bids in the 8,500 range. I'm not buying this one. Like I said, I would not be surprised if that gets listed back up again. Talk about perfect timing. Panini could not be more excited about this. With him winning last week against my beloved Cleveland Browns and moving on. And also, I'm imagining people are juicing this a little bit extra since Stroud does not have a rookie auto. Outside of that, Panini Instant, which there's only 300 and some of, he does not have a rookie autograph. So you're not going to have a flawless on-card auto to chase. You're not going to have an NT RPA to chase. So if you're a high-end CJ Stroud collector, investor, flipper, gambler, whatever, Kaboom is probably going to be higher on the list of like rare inserts. Does it make sense to me? No. I mean, I guess I get it. People are trying to this is like the 90s insert version of the modern era. Perfectly fine. I've never been a Kaboom guy. If you like them, more power to you. They've just never been my thing. I've never owned one. I don't currently own any. I've looked at like some Nick Chubb Kabooms in the past, like some non-rookie year Chubb Kabooms. I've looked at like some Baker ones back when I was chasing Baker Mayfield stuff, but they just always felt super, super expensive for what it was. And it just wasn't for me. The design of the card, for whatever reason, just didn't speak to me. Curious in the comments down below, do you all care about Kabooms? Do you go crazy for them like a ton of people seem to? But like I said at the beginning, it's crazy how this one insert line can single-handedly carry this product, because overall, Absolute Football, not great. The other thing that we don't know is we don't know pack odds. Panini's not real upfront about how often these get pulled. For a sample size, I watched 5 cases get break. Actually, 6 cases. 6 cases opened up on Leighton, and a case is 12 boxes. In 6 cases, 4 of them had 0 kabooms. None. Zilch. Nothing. One of them had a single kaboom, and it was a Jared Goff. Probably a good time to pull that one, but generally speaking, probably lower on the checklist tier of guys that you want to pull from a kaboom. And then the other one had 2. It was a Jamar Chase gold 10, and then the other one was a Jordan Love, I think. Also, if you're going to pull one of a non-rookie, not a bad time to pull one of those. So that one obviously did pretty good, a case. But keep in mind, a case of this stuff is about a little under $8,000, maybe. Let's assume $700 a box. That puts it a little over $8,000. 12 boxes in a case. So like maybe $7,500 to $8,500 for a case of absolute football. So even if you hit a Stroud, we don't know what this one's going to go for. Let's assume it's between 8.5 and 12K, and this is release week. More of these are going to come to market. You're barely. I mean, you're going to make a slight profit probably on these particular ones because it's release weekend. But if you bought a case at 8 G's and you hit a Stroud, which is one of the best cards you could hit, obviously there's a gold and the 101s and all that, but just hitting a regular Stroud kaboom is insanely hard to do. You're barely covering your cost. Now, you'd be able to sell all the other stuff and things like that. You'd probably be doing pretty okay. But just kind of put that in perspective, that even, the product chase barely covers a case of the product. Now, if you get it in a single box, obviously, you're to the moon and back again. But let's be realistic here. The chances of that happening are slim and none. I mean, just to hit a kaboom period out of a case is a little tricky. You might get one, and that's, limited sample size. I watched 6 case breaks, but that doesn't seem like the best odds to even pull a kaboom, let alone pull a Stroud. Now, you can pull one of the other guys and do pretty good. I'm sure the other rookies will sell pretty well. Some of the vets sell pretty strongly on kabooms as well. Now, if you would pull something lower numbered, like a gold to 10, that's going to juice it as well. But it's just crazy to me that this one insert can single-handedly prop up a product like that. You're getting 3 sticker autos. I watch Card Collector 2 rip a couple boxes, and he got smoked on his. The other thing, too, there's tons of redemptions in this product. On top of sticker autos, there is a boatload of redemptions. Like, when I would watch the recaps at the end of the cases on Leighton, and they would flip through all the autos, like, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 to 5 autos out of every box, or out of every case, were redemptions, which seems kind of high to me. And it's interesting, there's something Sports Card Nonsense talked about on their podcast, and it was something I was thinking in the back of my mind, because it came out this week as well. Bowman's Best Baseball came out, and it's not like a top-tier product by any means. It's kind of a fun, offbeat product, but it is an auto-loaded product and a parallel-loaded product. I don't know what a good Panini comparison for it would be, but you get a box of that is $300, and there's 4 on-card autos in a box of Bowman's Best. So you could get 2 boxes of Bowman's Best for less than a single box of Absolute. You're going to get 8 autographs compared to 3 autographs. No shot at a Kaboom, obviously, but your floor and probably your experience ripping the Bowman's Best boxes is going to be way better than the Absolute boxes. Now, if you don't like baseball, that doesn't matter. If you don't like football and you're only a baseball guy, none of this stuff matters. But just from a value proposition comparison, it's just interesting because those products came out this week to kind of compare and contrast. So wild times as people go crazy for Kabooms. We'll see where the CJ prices settle in. If he can win this weekend, again, they play, I think they play later today, I believe. In fact, I think they actually play Saturday afternoon, so probably in a few hours from this video going live. If they go in again, man, it is the most perfect of timings just because of the limited supply right now. There's still not a lot of Stroud stuff on the market. All the Prism stuff is still getting ripped. We still haven't really had full loads of Prism retail. A lot of this stuff is going off to PSA still. A lot of the products have not released yet. The fact that he doesn't have autos, it's all creating this kind of perfect storm right now around football cards for Stroud stuff to completely go bonkers. I don't know if they can beat the Ravens or not. We'll see what happens. That's all I got for you, boys and girls. Peace.